haven't been able to do my video for a week, so you see.
Deep breath, not this side.
Just like that.
Go. When I say go, you go. Okay? When I say go, you stop. Go.
Hello, good morning. Welcome to live coaching
Oh no.
on this beautiful Monday. Of course, Anthony is online. Oh, I didn't make my video today.
Mini up.
Good morning, good morning. Hello. Happy Monday. It's me. Yes. What shall we talk about today? I didn't make a video today. In fact, I didn't make a video yesterday either. So let's try and think of something. Good morning. All right, so we're doing live coaching today. I haven't been here for a little while. I've been busy. So you can feel free to type any questions that you have into the chat. This live coaching is on emotional intelligence. So questions can be in any area of life. It doesn't matter if it's like your career, starting a business, romance, family, your living situation, something that you want to do or achieve in life, health issues, whatever it is. Emotional intelligence is something that can help with any problems that you may be experiencing across any areas of your life. So feel free to type any specific questions that you have in the chat. Otherwise, I will talk on a general area if I can think of one, because I'm having a mind blank at the moment. And then you can pop in and write any questions that you have along the way. But basically, emotional intelligence is a skill that's going to help you throughout your life. It helps you gain control of and create your reality by allowing you to choose your reaction to situations that appear in your experience. So generally speaking, when something happens in your life, you will react to it in a kind of pre-programmed way. The way our brain works is that it ties current experiences to past experiences to try and make sense of it, right? So when you're going through your life, whenever you enter a new experience, whenever something new happens in your reality, your brain will go seeking similar events that have happened in the past, and it will use those events to make sense of what's happening now. What this means is that without realizing it, we often take our past stories and limitations and we project those out into our present, into our future. We do this quite by accident, but it's very natural. It's the way that our brains work. Emotional intelligence will allow you to, instead of just reacting without having any control over your reaction, it will allow you to become aware of what you're doing. So to become aware of that subconscious programming so that you can choose to override it if you so desire. So let's take a look at an example where emotional intelligence can help you in life. So this morning we went to the grocery store, for example. This didn't happen today, but it did happen one day. We were at the grocery store and a lady was trying to get past me from behind, and she just like rammed her trolley into the back of me, and it hurt. So I made a video about it, actually, about how in the town where I live, in Brazil in particular, people don't seem to say excuse me. Like, some people here seem to consider it rude to say excuse me. Instead, they bash their trolley into the back of you, because that's not rude. So I got annoyed about that, like she hurt my foot. And so I made a TikTok about it. But that is to say, I had a pre-programmed reaction. So the lady bashed her trolley into my foot. It hurt. I turned around and I was mad. She hurt me. And mad enough to make a TikTok about it, right? And I can't remember specifically, but I would imagine that for the rest of the journey home from the supermarket, I was probably complaining about the fact the lady had hurt my foot. So I continued. So the incident happened, right? It took a couple of seconds. She bashed into my foot. She moved past me, whatever. And then I continued to invest my energy into it because it had annoyed me. So I made a TikTok about it. That took time and energy on my behalf. I continued grumbling to my husband about it in the car on the way home. That took time and energy on my behalf. Now, meanwhile, the lady who bashed into my feet, she's just carried on shopping. She probably doesn't know that she hurt me. She probably doesn't care that she annoyed me. Well, she wouldn't have done it in the first place. So she just went about her merry way. No more thought other than I had to get around the girl, so I bashed her with my trolley. So it's only me that's suffering at this point, right? The lady went on and did her shopping. It's me that's suffering, because it's me that's continuing to invest energy into complaining about my foot, into complaining about the incident, into making TikToks about it. I'm wasting my time and energy on something that she doesn't care about at all. I'm never going to see her again. If I do see her, I'm never going to recognize her. So using emotional intelligence in this situation, instead of continuing to complain and grumble about the incident and waste my energy on it, I can notice what I'm doing, and I can use my emotional intelligence to say, do I want to continue to invest my energy into this situation, or do I just want to have that be done and move on with my life? Right? And then I get to choose. I get to make a conscious choice rather than allowing my subconscious programming to keep me grumbling. Are you coming up, Chevy? Come on then. I think Anthony's here. Yeah, Anthony's here. Say hello. 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 Hi, Anthony. Cherry saying hi. How was your weekend? Did you eat that delicious looking fish that you caught? Little cute with a stinky mouth. I'm going to get her teeth cleaned soon. So using emotional intelligence simply allows you to choose where you invest your energy and how you create your reality. Because when you choose where to invest your energy, so using the example that I gave before about the lady bashing me with her shopping cart, my continued grumbling and complaining about it means that I'm lowering my vibration, right? I'm putting myself into a miserable mood. I'm complaining, I'm annoyed, I'm frustrated, and I'm sitting in it, right? I'm just allowing myself to be annoyed and annoying, rather than moving on from the situation and choosing to move into higher vibrating frequencies, right? Choosing to move into forgiveness, forgive the lady, choosing to move into happiness, enjoying my day, right? So that's how emotional intelligence can help you in your day-to-day life. I've got lots of fish fillets now. Yeah, I bet you caught heaps of those things. So let's think about another example of how emotional intelligence can help you. By the way, all of my coaching content is available on my online community, which is free to join. There is a link in my bio. I have another girl that's going to start helping me in my community now. Some of you may have seen her. She comes on here live with me occasionally. Her name is Maria Luz. So she creates content in Spanish, and she also speaks a little bit of Portuguese. So we're kind of encouraging each other to create content in Portuguese as well for our Brazilian listeners. So we have an international section. I don't think there's anything in there at the moment, the international section, other than a couple of old TikToks that I made in Portuguese, but she will be adding to that. So don't forget to click the link in my bio, join the community. It's completely free and you'll find coaching content there. You'll also be eligible to have a free group coaching call, which I run every month for new members of the community. So if you want a group coaching call, all you need to do is create an introduction post, pop that in the introduce yourself section, and then I select people at the end of the month to hold a complimentary group coaching calls. So that's the community. And that's Maria Luz. She's going to be helping me create some new coaching videos, because I actually haven't done any coaching videos for a long time. I've been creating content over on Instagram, and the format has been a little bit differently recently for Reels. But my coaching content in the community is mainly written or videos. So go and check that out. Basically, working on your emotional intelligence it's a really powerful tool to have as you go about your day-to-day life, but it's also super simple to work on. It's super it's super simple to gain control over your emotions, and you do that by way of feeling your feelings. By feeling your feelings rather than allowing your feelings to control you, you get to control them. And so it's just one tool. Emotional intelligence comes down to just one tool that you then practice over and over and over again until you become a pro at controlling your own mood. Do you ever notice how sometimes you wake up in a really good mood, like really ready for the day, really excited about whatever you're going to be doing that day, and then somebody says something to you, or like you see a video, or you read a message, or you get an annoying email or something, like this usually comes from your phone, right? You look at your phone and you see something that pisses you off, and then for the rest of the day, like you can't get that good feeling back. You just spend the rest of the day like, oh, I wish I hadn't seen that. Like really ruin my day. You get a big bill that you weren't expecting, or whatever it is, right? And it can really affect your mood. But when you practice emotional intelligence, you don't need to allow external circumstances to affect your mood. Like, you get to control them. You get to control your mood. You get to decide when you're happy. You get to decide when you're annoyed. You get to decide when you're sad. And you get to decide how long you want to be sad for before you give it up, let it go, and move on. And I really believe skills like this should be taught in school. My daughter is 4.5, and my husband and I are attempting to teach her some of these skills, because she gets really, really stressed out about the smallest thing. Like this morning at the grocery store, she had one of those little child trolleys, and then she bashed her foot into it. So I said, okay, do you want to leave the trolley here? Because she kept saying her foot was hurting, she couldn't walk. So I said, okay, do you want to leave the trolley here? She's like, yes. And then 2 minutes later, she was like, and then the sniffling was just getting louder and louder until she was about to have a full-on breakdown in the middle of the grocery store. So we said, what's wrong? I asked you, do you want the trolley? You said no. She's like, I want the trolley. so luckily the trolley was still there. My husband went and got it, but if it hadn't have been, she probably would have had like a full breakdown about not getting the trolley that she said she didn't want. And this is like, kids do that a lot, right? Kids have tantrums, kids have breakdowns, they're learning how to control their emotions. And so what we're trying to do to help her build these skills when she's an adult as well is to allow her to feel those feelings, even when it's inconvenient for us in the middle of the grocery store, but allowing her to feel those feelings and then work on like regulating herself. So she now has started like figuring out how to breathe, and sometimes we'll see her like she's about to have a breakdown. We'll be like, Elise, like just chill, and she'll be like, I'm calming down, and she's just there like. But if we can teach her this at age 4 so that she never has to learn this as an adult, imagine like how much happier of a childhood she's going to have if she gets to decide when she gets annoyed by her teachers, other kids or whatever, she gets to say, okay, I'm not going to let that affect me. I'm just going to carry on doing what I'm doing. But she's a sensitive little thing, so we'll see how we go with that. Right, does anybody have any questions? Like, I can talk for days, but I find that it's most helpful for you guys if I talk about something that's actually going to help you in your life. So I can see there's a few of you that have been here for a while. If you don't want to tell me all your life problems, that's absolutely fine. But if you are struggling in any particular area of your life, like, feel free to just write a general topic in the chat and I can talk on that topic. Just so that I can, like, I want to help you. I show up here, I give my time to you because I want to help, right? Helping you makes me feel good. So I do it for selfish reasons. But I do want to help you. Like, that's why I'm here. So if there are any specific areas of your life that you're struggling in at the moment, let me know. Put it in the chat and I'll talk on that. I'm just going to pick a topic at random while everybody's being super quiet. So let's talk about money, right? Let's talk about money. Lots of people have money problems. Lots of people want more money than they have. Yeah? So let's talk about that a little bit and how emotional intelligence can help you with money. So I've just been through, hello, welcome back, Peter. No, I'm not. I've just been through somewhat of a trying time in my life, money-wise, where I wasn't able to earn money. Like, when we first got to Brazil, I wasn't able to earn money. I was trying to earn money online. I was trying all kinds of things. I bought a few courses where people on TikTok were like, you know, this is what I did to make 10k a month working 2 hours per day. And I would buy into those courses and I would try and do those things, and it did not make me 10k a month. And I did that several times before I learned, stop doing that. It's not going to make you any money. So even though it may have worked for somebody else and they're potentially not lying, maybe they're lying, maybe they're not, but even if it worked for them doesn't mean it's going to work for you. Just because digital marketing worked for that person doesn't mean it's going to work for you, right? Just because being a brand ambassador worked for that person doesn't mean it's going to work for you. I'm not ignoring you. I answered your question. I'm not single. And so emotional intelligence can help in this manner because you are able to control your reality by controlling your mood. So by controlling your emotions and your feelings, you're able to control how you perceive the world. So when I was going through this trying time of trying to make money online and having that not work, there were many points at which I just wanted to give up on life. Like, I was just done. I was just over it. I wasn't making money. I was spending money on the courses, money that I didn't have, and it wasn't working. And I got to a point where I was just so frustrated. I was so done. I was so over it. Like, I didn't know what to do anymore. And luckily it was around this time that I actually discovered emotional intelligence. And so instead of giving up, I chose to stay positive. I chose to continue thinking that whatever was meant for me, the highest and best thing, whatever was going to make me 10k a month, working 2 hours a day, or whatever it is, was right around the corner, and that all I had to do was keep doing the things that would make me feel good. So whenever things happened in my experience, for example, I own property in London that I rent out. So most of the time the rent just about covers the mortgage because the interest rates are so high at the moment. So at the moment, the rent just about covers the mortgage. And then whenever there's a bill, like a repair to be done, or like a council bill, whatever it is, I'm screwed. I don't have the money. Now, well, I don't have the money from the rent, right? There isn't enough rent to cover bills. There's only enough rent to cover the mortgage. So whenever that happened and a bill would come in for the flat, I would be like, I would freak out. Like, I don't have the money to pay my own rent. How am I going to pay to have somebody else's washing machine repaired? Oh, didn't see that actually. Yeah. How am I going to pay to have my tenant's washing machine repaired? But using emotional intelligence, instead of getting that bill and freaking out and becoming desperate and trying to make money through some way that didn't feel good to me, like trying to go back to finance, trying to make money online through courses that didn't work for me, I would instead stay positive. It's going to be okay. It's going to work out. Peter, I'm just going to mute you because this is a coaching, we're doing live coaching here. So if you want to ask questions about live coaching, please, well, you can't now, I muted you. But yes, this chat is for live coaching. So no, this is not a dating channel, okay? So yes, I've had to mute you. You were distracting me. Hey Jason, good morning. How was your weekend? How is your job going? I hope you're really enjoying your new role. Tell me how it's going. So you've been doing that for 2 weeks now, I think, right? Just over. I hope you're enjoying it. So yeah, as I was going through that, there were continuously points at which I would have to utilize my emotional intelligence so that I didn't just sink into a pit of despair, basically. It's good. What are you doing? Are you doing something with numbers? I know you like maths. I can't remember what you're studying. I've done a lot of talking to myself for the past half an hour. It would be really good if somebody asks me a question. Okay, but anyway, we're talking about money. So when it comes to making money, using your emotional intelligence, you are able to continue in a positive frame of mind. When you're in a positive frame of mind, your brain will look for positive opportunities that are good for you. Oscar, hello. I haven't seen you for ages. Oscar, I've only seen you once since you turned 18. It actually occurred to me the other day that now that you're 18, you just like don't need my help anymore. Because you've just never been back since. Are you going to school? Is that why? I hope that's why, because you're not skipping school anymore. No. Oh dear, okay. Not maths related. Oh, okay. What were you studying? English related. Oh, okay, cool. School's over. Right, so why are you not on my lives then? My sleep schedule was messed up. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, actually, you did tell me that after your birthday, that you were just sleeping until the middle of the day, every day, right? So what are you doing now, Oscar, about uni? You're not going, right? Are you going to go to Paris, or do you need to do more school? It was Paris you wanted to go to, right? After England. First you wanted to go to England. I was actually thinking about it yesterday. Yeah, what feels good to you? What feels good? this is kind of what we're talking about, right? So when you're in a positive state of mind, your brain will look for opportunities that feel good for you, versus when you're in a desperate state of mind, like I need money, I'm going to do whatever it takes, then you kind of go looking for desperate solutions. So there were multiple times that this happened to me, like before I was earning, where we just needed money for rent. Like we had to pay the rent, it had to be done, and my husband would be there like, okay, we just need to get money, whatever, how, I'm gonna do whatever it takes, I'm gonna like ask everybody I know for a job. And I was there like, no, do something that feels good to you. Like, okay, yeah, we need to figure out how to make money, but instead of looking for just anything in that desperate frame of mind, look for something that you would enjoy. And people think to themselves, because I've given this advice to many people, and people often come back to me and they're like, yeah, but I'm desperate, I need to do whatever it takes. No, you don't. You need to do what feels good. If you do whatever it takes, you're going to keep on doing that. Like if you go looking for an opportunity, whatever it takes, maybe it's like, okay, let's take my mum as an example. My mum cleans in an old person's home. So she retired. She got to retirement age. She retired. The cost of living crisis happened. COVID happened, and she needed money. So out of a state of pure desperation, she took a cleaning job in an old people's home. She says it's disgusting. I'm sure you can imagine how disgusting it is. She's cleaning poop off of bathroom walls a lot of the time. She said, I don't know why they don't poop in the toilet, but there's always poop all over the bathrooms. And that's what she's doing. She's cleaning up this stuff. But if you try to tell her, why don't you look for something that you would enjoy? My mum loves maths as well, like me. She loves numbers, and she used to work as a bookkeeper type of thing. I was like, why don't you look for another role as a bookkeeper? And she's like, well, nobody would take me on, I'm too old now. It's like, what kind of attitude is that? So she's not even going to look for a job that she would enjoy, because she's got this story, this pre-programming in her mind that nobody would hire me for that because I'm too old. But people would hire you to clean. Like, cleaning's physical. You need to not be old to clean because it's a physical job. You don't need to not be old to be a bookkeeper. I would imagine most bookkeepers are old because it's a very quaint it's a very quaint way of doing accounts nowadays. But she has this story in her mind about how she won't be able to get a bookkeeping job doing what she enjoys because she's too old. So she didn't even look. And that's what I mean about creating, like having a positive state of mind creates your reality, because you're telling yourself, I can do the thing I want to do, rather than telling yourself, I can't do the thing I want to do. I've got to do something that I hate because I'm desperate. Sorry, Oscar, what we're writing here. I probably need a few weeks in school, but I have news. Yay! I'm actually feeling super good recently, double yay, like living life and enjoying it. Woo! I have seen you doing stories every now and again, Oscar. I've seen a couple of stories from you. I don't go on Instagram heaps, but I've seen a few stories, which was fun. Also, super excited because yesterday A Show I Love released the first episode of its Ooh, fun. God, I haven't watched a season for ages. Bom dia, bibom. Would you ever want to be a bookkeeper? I did actually, Jason. Yeah, like back in the day. So after I got finished at uni, so I studied accounting when I was at college, and then at uni I studied maths with finance. So there were some like accounting modules that I had to do. And so I was kind of looking for like bookkeeper jobs after I finished uni, like accounting, bookkeeper, that kind of thing. And again, when I was trying to earn money online in the past 2 years, I also had a look into bookkeeping jobs because I think it's something that I would enjoy. But the thing for me is, like, now I'm at a stage in my life where I want to be doing my own thing. I want to be working for myself. I don't want to be exchanging my time for money for somebody else. Like, I've done that. I did that for a really long time. And And I don't mind doing it occasionally. I don't mind working on projects like the project that I'm working on at the moment, which is a 2-year project. So we're half a year into a 2-year project. And I am working for somebody else, like as a consultant, which is fine. Like, I'm enjoying it. But yeah, I think the money's not good enough in bookkeeping for me. I want more money, basically. Because you have to exchange your time for money in bookkeeping, right? It's like you work this many hours, you get paid this much. And so there's only so many hours in the day, so you can only earn up to this much. Like, I don't want a limit on what I'm going to earn. Yes, Oscar, sorry, tell me your question, please. We've got about 10 minutes left. Nobody's asked me a question yet, so I will gratefully receive one. But Oscar, I'm moving, we're moving soon. We're going to take, we have a posada in Caraíva that we're going to go take over. Would you mind sending me a list of unis you think are good? In the UK? It would have to be in the UK. I don't know unis anywhere else. But yeah, I can do that. I can do it right now if you want. Do you have a pen? I might forget after the live. Grab a pen, let me tell you now. And bear in mind, I haven't been in the UK for 15 years. So things may have changed. Oh, did I already tell you about that? It's taken a while, so we still haven't signed the contract. I think we should be signing the contract like today, or definitely this week. But actually, okay, open your Mac. Yeah, why am I telling you to get a pen? Why would people write with a pen nowadays? Get your Mac. I learned the term the other day, Zennial. I had never heard of this term before. Oh, Jason, you were here, weren't you, when we were talking about the generations? So I learned that there's a subset of millennials that were born 1979 to 1985. And it is a subset of millennials that are kind of half Gen Z, half millennial, because we had like Gen X. God, I'm old. We had a Gen X like childhood, and then a millennial like teenage adulthood. So basically those people that like me, like went and bought music on cassette tape. So when like the charts came out every Sunday, you would listen to what songs you like on the radio, and then you would go to a shop and buy a cassette tape, which you would then play, and you would play stop to write down the lyrics. That's how we learned lyrics. Play stop, write down the lyrics, right? So Zennials still experienced cassette tapes. We used to rent VHS video movies on a VHS cassette, right? We used to rent them. If you wanted to watch a movie, you couldn't just watch it on the internet. There was no internet. You had to go to a shop. You had to find the title, which you could never find if it was a new movie. They were always sold out. So you would have to find the movie, pay for it, take it home, watch it, and then you take it back the next day. Right? So Zennials, we got to experience the joy of that. If you wanted to go hang out with your friends at the weekend, you didn't send them a text and say, hey, what are you doing? You would go to their house and knock on their door and say, hey, what are you doing? Do you want to go play? So we got to experience all of that. And then as teenagers, as Zennials, also known, I heard, as the special generation. I liked that. So we also got dial-up internet. So when we were teenagers, we had dial-up internet where we would sit and have to wait 10 minutes for the internet to connect, going do. And then we used beepers. When we were teenagers, we had beepers. We didn't have cell phones, we had beepers. And then when we were like 20s, whatever, that's when we got cell phones. That's when we started using DVDs, CDs. No, CDs would have been before that. But anyway, we basically got to experience all of this crossover stuff between the generations. So yeah, I'm a Zennial. There weren't CDs, Jason. This was before CDs. Yes, Lewis, I'm 40. This was before CDs. The quality was not good. CDs came out after. As soon as came out, people started getting CDs more, but they were a lot more expensive to start with. So for one song, you could get on cassette for like £1, but if you wanted the CD, it would be like £5 just for one song. Back in the day. Why not use vinyl? Yeah, people still use vinyl. Yeah, like grown-ups used vinyl, right? Adults used vinyl. We were still kids, so we were modern using cassette tapes. We were modern. Yeah, I know. I'm ready. Right, Oscar. So, Loughborough, first choice. Last time I checked, it was number 4 top uni in the UK. I don't know if it is this year, but it was last time I checked, a couple of years ago. So that would be my first choice. My uni, Nottingham. Also a really great uni, very close to Loughborough. It's filled with girls. It's mainly girls go to Nottingham. So great uni. Manchester. Also really good uni. I haven't spent a lot of time in Manchester. Yeah, I know you like girls. You're always with girls in all of your stories. I think all of your friends are girls, right, Oscar? That's why I said that. Manchester is also really cool. I haven't spent heaps of time in Manchester, but Manchester people are super fun and friendly. Same with Liverpool. So Manchester and Liverpool, they're in the north, so it's colder. I know you like the cold. Manchester, Liverpool, super friendly people. Like, you'll have an absolute riot in either of those places. Also very good unis. And then even further north, if you want colder, Edinburgh and Newcastle unis, both very good. They're going to be your even colder ones. You may have trouble in Newcastle understanding people because of the accent. But you'll have a lot of fun. You'll meet a lot of crazy, lovely people. And it will be cooler up there. Liverpool accent is nice. Yeah, Brazilians love Liverpool, right? Edinburgh and Liverpool. So we've got Loughborough, Nottingham, Manchester, Liverpool, Edinburgh, and Newcastle, the one with the accent. Okay, so those are all like your northern unis. That's where it's going to be cooler. That's where the people are going to be a bit friendlier. Now, the southern unis, it's going to be a bit warmer, but this is where you've got your more famous universities. This is where you've got your Oxford and your Cambridge. I don't recommend going to Oxford or Cambridge. Like, it's a whole different life. Like, it's just all about study. It's not about fun. And we want a bit of fun mixed in, right? My friend studied at University College London. That's a very top uni. She enjoyed it there. So University College London, UCL. There's one on the coast that everybody loves. Bournemouth Uni. Yeah, UCL, University College London. Excellent. So Bournemouth on the south coast. Do I mean Bournemouth or Brighton? No, it's Bournemouth. It's Bournemouth Uni. So it's warmer there, but those unis on the coast, Bournemouth, it's at the seaside. It's at the beach. So you have the beach. The beach. How do you spell that one? Bournemouth. God, I don't know. BOURNEMOUTH, I think. Something like that. That's all I know in the south, because I'm from the north, so I don't know heaps about the southern unis. But I know people that went to UCL, I know people that went to Bournemouth, and they both really liked. There's probably some in Kent that are quite nice as well, but I'm not sure on them. But that's a good Durham. Yeah, Durham's a good uni. I don't know anyone that went there, but I've heard it's good. How is the south and north different? And King's College. Yeah, King's College is a good one. So for me, as well, I never considered London unis because I wanted to live on campus. I wanted that like whole student experience. So those northern unis I've given you, they're all campus unis where everybody lives on campus and it's kind of like a little uni city. Whereas with the London ones, they're in London. So you don't live on campus, you live in London. You're just going to be a Londoner going to school. King's is my goal. Yeah, I mean, you do really well to get into King's. Like, it's a very well-respected uni. Jason, the north and the south are different, just the same as in the States. You have your north-south kind of divide, right? We have our north-south divide as well. Like, it's not really anything. But basically, there's London, and then anything above London is considered the north. Even Birmingham, which is in the Midlands, but it's all considered the north by Londoners. And it's just like a bit of a rivalry, you know, like it'll be Chelsea versus Liverpool, like a rivalry in the football, a north-south rivalry. It's just like a friendly rivalry. But the difference is just that, in my opinion, the north is made up more of English people from England, whereas the south is a bit more multicultural because people go to London. They don't go to the north so much. It's also warmer in the south. Things are a little bit more expensive in the south. It's a bit cheaper in the north. Yeah, that's it. Not much. Have you watched House of the Dragon? No, I haven't watched anything for ages. I was trying to watch TV on Saturday morning and I had to say about 20 times, guys, can I just watch TV? I never get to watch TV. And they continued to jump on me. House of the Dragon. Okay, sounds fun. Right, it's time to make your lunch now, isn't it, sausage?
Yes.
Yes. All right, guys. I'll be back tomorrow. Currently, I'm only not going to be here on Wednesday, I believe. I should be here Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, but I keep getting meetings popping up, so make sure you follow so you get the notifications. But all going well, I will be back tomorrow. All right, bye-bye.